And happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Grade A PARLAYS on the Grade A Fantasy channel. First and foremost, if you're home and off on the Martin Luther King holiday, enjoy your long weekend, enjoy your Monday. Lots of stuff going on today, a lot of hockey all day, basketball obviously a big thing on MLK Day. And most importantly, do your best, your absolute best to try and stay warm out there. Because after the snow last night, temperatures are supposed to continue dipping for the rest of the week, especially for us on the East Coast anyway. But other than that, let's get right into it. You see who's on the poster board, and it's pretty much the theme of the Boston Bruins starting off the day at home against San Jose. Yes, I do have accidentally Carolina and Chicago up here because there was some research that I was doing, because I think I'll give some research on what I like so far, because there's still a lot of injury news and confirmations. The reason why I'm dropping this episode right now is because there was a few things waiting to be confirmed. Goalies just got confirmed. It was supposed to be Swayman. Boston's now going with Korpisalo. So it's now Korpisalo versus Askarov. So basically both teams going with their backups. And to be honest, it's kind of weird because in both teams' cases, lately the backup has played better than the starter. So, maybe it was one of those where the opportunity is still a bit better, but either way, Boston as a team has improved somewhat defensively from what it was in the beginning, even though they're on a bit of a slump. But they still have weaknesses that we can attack here, even though it's San Jose. Now, with San Jose, Michael Granlund was confirmed to play, even though he was iffy. But Toffoli is out, which sucks for that second line. So, it's still not fully confirmed yet. But right now, what we would look at, if possible, it would be a good second line to use to stack up on points. But right now, it will be Celebrini with Eklund on that second line, and then Zetterlund manning the right side. So that's the news right there. And then, of course, there was some line changes. You got Geeky and Zaka with Pastranak. Now, what I have here is, I think the value for the David Pastrnak prop did raise to plus 116. It's a good prop to take. San Jose has given up the most shots. Like, shots reign supreme against them. Like, they've given up a whole lot. So they lead the league with shots against by a significant amount. I think they're right now at 1,500. They're close to 1,550. The next closest team is Pittsburgh, who we all know doesn't have a good defense. They're still not over 1,500 yet. And then after that is a team like Anaheim. Henceforth, why I always attack a defenseman against Anaheim. They're giving up the third most shots. But shots against, San Jose is pretty much far above all the worst teams that you all consider that are bad defensively. AKA, I can give you who's number 4, the Rangers. AKA number 5, the Blackhawks. And then so on and so forth. But with that, I like Pastrnak at the 4.5. If you're interested, that's interesting enough to be a ladder. The last 4 games, Pastrnak has 6, 4, 4, and 5. So obviously, with the bad defense and what San Jose gives up, hey, if he doesn't score, okay, fine. But you still get the bet on how he's going to attack. And San Jose is a team that gives up penalties as well. Not the best penalty kill. So we also like Mason Lohrei, who has a good prop and good price for a power play point. I took him for a point and the assist. He's running the top power play. Still no Charlie McAvoy. That's not injury news was waiting for. He's out. So Mason Lohrei has good props. Everything is plus money on him. Books haven't caught up to him yet. Boston's power play has not been great, but when it does hit, it's mainly Mason Lohrei, Pastrnak, and Zaka. While you have people like Lindholm and Marchand only play front netminders. So to get to that, I think we should also head to the points area and maybe even dabble in some more power play points. Yes, it's a cheap price. Oh, it's even went down. I think this was at a 165, 170 earlier this morning. So we'll just throw a little something there. Just a little sprinkle to start the day. And then, of course, with the power play point, we'll put a little Zaka in there as well. And I think we should be fine with that. Now, also what I would like to do is, for ultimate value, we could throw sprinkles of power play on San Jose. San Jose is going against a power play that, 1, isn't great. Penalty kill isn't great, and they've given up the most. They had calmed down a bit, but they still lead by a significant amount. Right now, there's quite a few teams that started to like creep up in penalty minutes. The Calgarys, Buffalo is now fifth when they was like hovering around in the low teens and seventh. They've risen up. Like I said, Calgary was one time out of the top 10. Now they're solid lead 5. Boston's the only team in the league as of right now. Florida's right there, but Boston has over 500 penalty minutes. They have over 500, and then next is Florida, who were playing even, but within the past month they shot up to 499, and then there's like a 20-minute drop to Utah, and there's like a 30-minute drop to Montreal. So that combined with a 75.7 PK, taking them 5-on-5 on points, I actually like taking that second line. Hopefully that's the second line that's going to be with Zetterlund is fine. Offensive minded shooter like Zetterlund. But just for risk of power play, since the odds are so great, I think it's all viable that, oh, it kind of sucks that he's not here. I really thought, I guess they didn't have Zetterlund. I guess they haven't adjusted to the news yet. I guess we could wait on it, but I will say, when it comes to the San Jose Sharks, it is worth it to sprinkle a power play prop on Celebrini, on Eklund. Like I said, the lines aren't confirmed, but most likely Granlund will still center that top line. But when it comes to the power play, he will be there with Eklund. Zetterlund should join that with Celebrini. And then, of course, Wallman runs the point. So those are all props that can be sprinkled. I really want Zetterlund to be here. He should have nice props as well. But he's just not up here. Like I said, news is just being confirmed. I literally just got the golden news, and then I decided to stream the show, because there's still a lot of stuff going on later that I wanted to do. I was thinking about splitting the show up, but I think I could do everything straight up right here. But yes, San Jose is interesting on the power play. Like I said, it's going against the penalty. Stuff like this has burned me before with Boston. Boston at home defensively can shut things down, but it's worth a sprinkle. The odds are great. Low risk, high reward, pretty much in this case, if you go half a unit or whatever you normally do. Moving on with that, basic point props, I'll only be interested, obviously, in the basic point props. I'll only be interested on the San Jose side. Like I said, with that line, if you do Celebrini, Eklund, and Zetterlund, that whole line combined, those three is plus 426. So you could do different combinations, because Zetterlund is plus 136 in props, so that's interesting to look at as well. The only way you could possibly spice up points for Boston on the Boston end, you'll have to do something like maybe a Zaka, more likely a Geeky or Zaka assist. I don't know if they have props for Geeky assist. I don't think so. So yeah, you'll have to do something like a Zaka assist, which is plus 144. As you can see, it just dropped to 148 while we was doing this. And then maybe a Pastranak point, or maybe Pastranak for 2 points. But when it comes to that, I like Pastranak shots on goal. Pretty much when it comes to the beginning here, it's, like I said, the power play, Pastranak shots on goal, Mason Lohrei to be part of some action, some solid bets here and there. But I'm waiting to see if they add the Zetterlund prop. Now that the lines are confirmed, the Zetterlund prop will be big. I would like to take him on the power play there. In other matchups, I like today. We'll just go back to where I started. What's another solid prop? Well, like I said, there's been consistent combinations all year. You had Lucas Raymond, Dylan Larkin. You got the Brinkat, Kane. You got Suzuki, Caulfield. And lately, within the past week, they've been playing some good hockey. I definitely, without a doubt, like this. Now, once again, they've messed with some lines. I have no idea who the hell is on the right side of this line. But when it comes to points, once again, because they're home and they're going to get the other high event lines, they're either going to get the Aho line, or they could get the Kotkaniemi line, or they could send them out against the bottom line. They're going to avoid the Jarvis combo. Great odds here with one of the hottest combos within the last week. I'm just going to put that in right now, I think. And then you could also take Bertuzzi for a point by himself. But Bertuzzi and Bedard plus 183. That's definitely something. That's what I like right there. I'm definitely locking that in right there. And normally when I get a combo, I like to single out Bertuzzi too. So I'll most likely do that later. That's one of my favorite combos today. As we continue in that game, what else do I like? The 4 o'clock game, actually. I think brings some the 4 o'clock game definitely brings some opportunity. I was just doing some notes too, so I'm actually about to write this down in my notes that I have this down. Plus 183. And then Bertuzzi by himself was plus 138. So I'll do that later. Other opportunities here. Let's get back in there. The other game that I like, even though I do feel like Columbus and the Islanders, like I said, there's certain teams I just don't like betting against because they can muddy it up and make it ugly. Philadelphia Flyers, Islanders. I do think the opportunity is here to at least do some things because, I mean, as hot as the Blue Jackets have been or whatever, the odds aren't bad. Now, yes, they're on the road, so they're going to have to go against, probably their best shutdown line, but the points are probable because, once again, this is the worst penalty kill. Even if you get 1 or 2 penalties, more than likely, if you get 2, you're most likely to score on 1. So I like the power play opportunity. Going against the worst power play, even though they're also a team that's normally the bottom 5 in minutes, the power play opportunity here is great. You're still getting Zach Werenski at a decent 230, Marchenko at 260, and then you get the rest of the guys. You got Voronkov, Kent Johnson, Adam Fantilli, all great odds on the power play. So I will be looking at that later. And even though they're on the road, their point props are still good. The top line is still giving off some good props. You still got guys like Marchenko, Fantilli still at minus 118. You combine it with Marchenko just a little while ago. Some of these props, because they were so heavily favored, were in the 200s. Getting these guys for decent lines, this is plus what? This is plus 133. Marchenko, Fantilli. If you take away Marchenko, there's better odds with Voronkov, who's almost even money. That's plus 165. Then, of course, what's always viable. If it's minus 166, I'm willing to bet it's minus 130, 125, 126 of Werenski assist, if I'm not mistaken. No, it's minus 115, so that's not bad. A Werenski assist and somebody else's point is viable, so I definitely like those odds there. And for the late night, for the nightcap, what do I like here for the nightcap? I do like the Kings to dominate Pittsburgh. Point-wise, Kings are somewhat heavy favorites, so yeah, the Kempe 210 point, Kopitar 170. I guess to spice it up, you might have to do the Kopitar assist, possibly. The Kopitar assist, Kempe 210 point. Because the Kopitar assist is plus money. So Kopitar assist is plus money. So yeah, that helps a little bit. That's not bad at all. Kempe Kopitar at that price is plus 139. These are all stuff I'll be marking down later. And then, of course, the middle lines are still doing well. You can literally attack the Pittsburgh depth for regular point props. And then you can get certain things with definitely better odds. Definitely stuff like Dano, Fiala, the Trevor Moore and the Fogels. All viable here. Once again, Pittsburgh also not a team that gives up a lot of penalties, but I think power play is also an option here. The odds are all great. It starts at 270, so one of those hits, you get guys like Kempe Kopitar, 330, 340. Brant Clark, who runs the top power play, still at plus 600. The team defense, the shot suppression. I think Kempe's shot on goal prop is also something that you can look at. But once again, we're going to start off the day with the San Jose Boston game. Like I said, I think there's viability in the Zetterlund line. Getting some points, if that's the line too. A lot of big opportunity there. Those are my main 4 games. So once again, focusing on Oh, there was another game that I was interested in. Sorry about that. That's why I wanted to split this into 2 videos, but let's just talk about it. Still making some decent timing. I do like Buffalo going on the road against Seattle. Buffalo, it's weird because, like I said, this is a disappointing team. Not going to make the playoffs again. But they have the opportunity to do things because sometimes this is a team that shows up on the road. But Buffalo's also a team that's given up even more penalties. So if there's a game that where I believe like there could be ruckus on both ends of the ice, I really am, and like I said, this is a closely tight game. I definitely like some combinations here. I definitely like, some Tage and Zucker props. All the props are looking real good. All the props are looking real good. Highest point prop is 158 Tage. So Tage, if you get a Tage and a Zucker point, that's plus 154. If you're going to line 2, or I don't know if they've done their morning skate because they have been switching up some things. Right now, I don't think they've done any morning skate as of yet, not that I know of. Trying to look up some information. No, it's just projected lineups. Thompson, Tuck. Last time they had a practice, Tuck went back up to the top line. He's plus 104. If that combination all combines, that top line is plus 386. If you go to the lower line, Dylan Cousins and Paterka, they only got the line. They split them up so they're no longer together on the power play. But Dylan Cousins is also plus money. If you have Quinn with him, that's plus 332. Dylan Cousins and where is he? Paterka right there, plus 276. I think that's a good combo. And then, of course, on the Seattle side, this game already has happened just literally a few weeks ago in a Seattle domination 6-2. So, once again, with all the great odds, you can go Chandler, Stevenson, Bjorkstrand are good odds. They're on line 2 together. They're also on the power play together, so there's correlation there. Seattle's also another team that likes to put different pieces from different lines. So the Chandler, Stevenson, Bjorkstrand line looks pretty good. That together is plus 185. We could also look at the power play correlation. Like I said, Buffalo is rising. They've risen into the top 5 and have a 77.3% penalty kill. So below average. So the power play opportunities, everything's looking good. It looks good on both sides. Seattle doesn't give up a lot, but they still they're one of those teams like Minnesota. Bad penalty kill. If they give up 1 or 2, then most likely the Buffalo players can get on the power play point. But since Buffalo's giving more minutes, you can go both sides, or you can just favor the Seattle side. And like I said, when it comes to the power play points, great odds on Bjorkstrand, Chandler Stevenson, and the quarterback for power play 1, Vince Dunn. You can also look at people like Jad McCann and Kako, who are on power play 2. Seattle is a team that splits it evenly, so it's minute. So there are options here, minute. And that's pretty much what I have for you today. Good luck. Sorry for the late video. If anybody gets to this as soon as possible, maybe you could take some of the Boston San Jose bet. They should be dropping the puck in about 35 minutes or so. Other than that, there's the rest of the options there. And good luck today on Grade A Power Plays. This is Grade A Fantasy, signing off.